Hello and happy Sunday, everybody. I am changing it up a little bit today, and I felt kind of called to do a little bit of more of a spiritual pull for the collective. So I'm pulling from my White Light Oracle deck tonight. It's one of my first Oracle decks. It is my first Oracle deck actually, and I always like it. Um, it's got, all my decks have like really good information, and and a lot of it comes to me intuitively as well. But this one, it really puts you in alignment with that spiritual path, and I feel like there's a really big shift right now. Like maybe um, some strong feelings about things that aren't coming to fruition. That's been kind of like a really big piece in that's come up for me lately is like, you know, uh, things that you're trying to manifest that aren't coming to fruition and stuff like that, like feeling kind of heavy for you. So I feel like there's just like this little bit of guidance that is coming through. So we got the Alpha of Alcyon and the Lesia of Pavarti are two beautiful oracle guides coming through right now. And so we are going to start with the Alpha of Alcyon. Right, straight to that page. A positive twist of fate and a windfall of good fortune are destined for you. Brightness and hope will alleviate negativity and give you the strength to find your way through a time of adversity or challenge. Finally, you will experience peace, love, and deep connection with your true self and the universe. Good things are on their way to you. So, kind of like that, like, light at the end of the tunnel. So, like that feeling like you were just not getting it, like those things just weren't coming through, and that's about to come to an end. Everything is about to come to fruition. It's just, staying true to yourself, stay true to who you are, releasing the attachment to the end result, and doing the little things, a lot of the little things that come up that need to be done before you can get there. Are you ready for it? Are you doing the things like, if you've gotten raises in the past, okay, if you kind of look at how you've treated money in the past, or like the things that you've wanted, and say that you've got like this huge raise and that should have made life so much easier, and then you just find that your spending goes up with that. So are you prepared to have like some of those really big things that you've been asking for? Those are some of the questions kind of like to sit with at this point, because it's nice to know that everything's coming in, but are you ready for it? Are you going to be able to manage some of the bigger blessings that are about to come into your life? So with the Lesia of Pavarti, there's a gentler way to proceed and obtain the same or even greater effect. Tame the wild and frenzied workings of the mind by grounding yourself with beauty, pleasure, and grace. Violence and its negative effects shall be overcome and healed through feminine gentleness and inner spiritual strength. This oracle is a sign of great future happiness. So again, another conversation that I think about that came up recently was, how do you see the world? Okay, it's like, it's one thing to be doing a whole lot of this inner guidance, all of this inner work for yourself. Like somebody said, it's like, well, you got to be the change you want to see in the world. And it's like, yes, that is true. You definitely want to be, the person that you want to see reflected back at you. But there's still a point that comes where you have to realize like how you're thinking about others. Where is your brain going when you think about other people? Are you generally being like really judgy or negative about how you see the world? Because if you continue to have a negative outlook about what you're going to get back, you're going to get that negative back. You need to change the way that you're looking at things and how you see people. We're all here on this spiritual path and this spiritual journey. So if you stop looking at all of the things that we've been taught are absolutely horrible and negative and terrible in life, and yes, there's definitely things in this world that can be abolished without without anybody thinking twice about the positive effects of them being gone. But at the same point, like, we're not all at the same level of our spiritual journeys. So there's people that are here to still learn, to grow, to get through some of this inner healing, and whatnot. So we don't know what their choices were when they come to this planet and what they expected to experience. And if they were able to break free, and if they're still doing terribly, then there's a really good chance that, they may not have, passed that test that they essentially put on themselves for coming into this life and that journey. So, having a little bit more of a gentler mindset about, some of the more negative things that we're witnessing in life can actually be like a huge change on the earth. If you're viewing somebody as a failure, okay, and you can be as nice to a person's face as you want. If in the back of your mind you're talking about how horrible they are, how ugly they are, how fat they are, how stupid they are, that's your prayer field. That's what's getting sent to them. It doesn't matter how many words you say that are beautiful and nice. If your thoughts are betraying you, they're going to pick up on that in your prayer field. They're gonna see the other side of things. They're gonna feel like you're fake, and you can be, truly a nice person and not mean to have some of the negative thoughts that are coming up behind in the back of your mind. But if you're not in control of those and you don't start shaping those to be more positive, the world around you will never make that shift. It doesn't matter how nice you perceive yourself as or how nice you are, to people. You could give your shirt off your back, but if you're like giving the shirt off your back to somebody and then in the back of your mind saying how terrible they are and like they're so horrible and they just suck at life, that may all be true, and that's fine. Like, have that thought, but then change it. There's potential there. They're good people. They're trying their best. If you can change your prayer field, that goes to them, and then they do actually start to shift. They do start to try their best because that's the prayer field now that they're getting. So, just a few hinters on that spiritual journey for this week. If that resonated with you, please leave a comment. Follow me if you don't. It's not hashtag, so if you're seeing this is definitely for you. And have an amazing week, and you'll see you next Sunday.